I'm Dr. Kiran Gardner. I'm the Dean, School of Law, Alliance University, Bangalore. I'm into this teaching profession for more than 3 decades, and uh, this is what I enjoy. It has been my passion throughout to teach, and I love interacting with the students. Today, what I'm going to discuss is the topic law and feminism. Now, when I talk about feminism, there are many who would be interested in the topic. There were many who would say, oh, again, this feminist approach. I would also like to say this that this patriarchal approach is everywhere. Like, even when we as legal professionals approach the court, sometimes even in the court we hear this, now what else do you want? Y'all have got right to inheritance also. What else? And many a times, in the court also you would hear that now the laws are more in favor of women, and women are ruling the place, and women are using the laws against men, and so on and so forth. Now, if I look at this entire situation, I feel the women who have come to a position, they are very small in number. Hardly 1% of the women have reached some administrative or some leadership position, or it is only 1% of women who have reached the higher education, got equal status in the society. Now, when we talk about feminism, there would be various definition of feminism, and you will have a question as to why this feminism movement started and so on. I would say, in a nutshell, what is feminism? According to me, it is a demand by a women to have equal status in this patriarchal society. Now, when I talk about equal status, what do I aim at? Or what is this equal status that I am talking about? When I'm talking about equal status, I look into the history of our country. And if you see, or if you go through the history of our country, you will see that historically, women have been kept into a position of subjugation. If you even look at the religious books, where they say that women who is subjected, or who is what do you call obedient, is thought to be a righteous woman. So everywhere, whether it is from the religious point of view, whether it is from the moral point of view, whether it is from the cultural point of view, everything has worked to keep women in a position which is not dominant, which is in what you call subjugation, you can say. So if you look historically, women had no right to vote. Women had no right to property. Women could not go into legal contract. Women were always subjected to, if you see, they are easily subjected to rape. They are ill treated. Domestic violence, they face challenges due to domestic violence. When you, even like most of us who are gone are working, if you see, the pay package, though there are laws of equal work, equal pay, but women generally, her packages are not as equivalent to the packages of its male counterpart. So even if you see that discrimination against women is there, and is like, you cannot deny this kind of discrimination. This discrimination persists. Now, if you see, discrimination for a woman starts from her house. There is always a preferential. Like if I roughly put this, around 90% of the women would face this preferential treatment at her place as well. When it comes to education, the boys will be sent to a better school and girls will be made to study in the schools and colleges near to their houses. When it comes to clothing, boys are given preferential. Whether it comes to nutrition, whether it comes to any facilities, usually boys do get the preferential treatment and girls do not get this preferential treatment. Therefore, if you see, the girls lack in skills, the girls lack in knowledge, the girls are not able to acquire their full potential. They are not able to earn equivalent to their male counterpart because they never get opportunity to have those skills so that they are able to be financially that competent as their male counterpart. Now, if we look at India, uh, India is an agricultural country, and 70% of the population is uh, is related to some agricultural activities. Now, in all this also, the researcher says that 70% of the property is in the name of men. Now, if you look at the rural economy, women not only do the household work, but they contribute equally, whether it is plantation or whether it is harvesting or doing all agricultural activity, but the property is not in her name. 70% of the property is in the name of men. So though her contribution is maximum, but she has no say in anything. Now when the property is not in her name, she cannot get loan. So if she wants to take loan, there is no land in her name. So getting loan becomes difficult. Starting her own business becomes difficult. And because she is not financially independent, she has no say in the community. So if you look at the situation, that women is not in the dominant position, and therefore whether it is in their own house or whether it is in their community, they don't have their own voice, they don't have their say, and even at times say in the matter relating to their own children or their own family members. Another biggest what you call uh, issue that I see is that women are mostly engaged in unpaid work. The researchers, very interesting research, it says that 352 minutes in a day women spends in unpaid work. Unpaid work means she's cooking at home, she's taking care of children, she's taking care of education of their children, she's attending to the sick member in the family, she's doing all this for which she's not paid. There's another interesting data that I would like to share. This is a data of 6th March 2019. Only 3.6% of women are on the leadership position. Leadership position like MD or CEO in any what you call national stock exchange companies. So if you see, 3.6% women. The GDP of the country would increase by 27% if women are in equal number as workforce. But this doesn't happen. It would be very interesting for you to know that instead of women workforce increasing in our country, it is decreasing. And why it is decreasing? Because when the economic condition of a family in our country improves, they don't want the women to work. because they feel that women are good homemakers and that they are earning enough to provide for the family, so the women should not be working. Now if you look around also, most of the women, where you'll find them, you'll find out them in teaching profession, you will find them in as a psychologist, you will find them as nurses, you will find them as counselors. uh, so if you see, the women are encouraged to take up the profession which are not highly paid. Very few women are taking up profession now. Of course, I'm very happy that in law we are getting a lot of girls, but if you see engineering or some other fields where the women representation is very low. It is important that women need to be given opportunity to gain those skills where their opportunity to earn is more. Another thing is, what are the issues that women are facing? Domestic violence. Yes, what is told, yes, there is a law against domestic violence. They can make use of law. Rape, yes, Indian Penal Code is there to take care of rape. Child marriage, yes, Child Marriage Restraint Act is there. Now, if I talk about each women issue, there is a law to take care of those. But where the lacuna lies is the implementation of law. Many who have little knowledge of law, you would know regarding Shahbanu's case. Shahbanu's case is quite famous, where after 46 years of marriage at the age of 62, and one fine day, a mother of five is asked to leave the house, given talak, and said, you're not even entitled for maintenance. So, what can we as a legal professional do? We can see to it that the laws that are there are implemented. We can do research as to how the laws can be made better. We can, on papers, yes, free legal aid has to be provided to women, but it is a matter of research to look into how many women are getting the benefit of those free legal aid, and how many of them are getting justice to through this free legal aid. 50% of the population is women, and all over, like, there would be a very small percentage of women population who do not face discrimination. The discrimination for women starts from their own house, where, when it comes to, like, if there is a male sibling and a female sibling, the opportunities to male child is given more than the opportunity to female child. So if you see, from the very beginning, the girls are not getting the skills that they could earn equally as men. So they don't become financially independent. Secondly, their earning capacity is less. And since the women are not joining the workforce, it is affecting the GDP of the country also. So if equal number of women also work, the GDP of the country will increase by 27%. That is what the researchers say. So we need to bring women out to work. That is one thing. The biggest challenges that women face, that every woman at some point or the other is, what do you call, harassed. She has to face some sort of sexual harassment. It could be in a mild form, it could be in a advanced stage, but women do face this. So at times women do not want to go out. because of discrimination. Secondly, the researchers also show that it is not that women don't want to go out and work, but they are not getting good opportunity, or they are not being paid equally. So if they get opportunity, if they are paid, they would be willing to go out and work. Secondly, when they are at home, they are again being ill treated. Now, that ill treatment may not be in a form of a abuse or in a form of a what do you call violence or something. We do have, like, lot of laws, but it would only be beneficial if women are aware of these laws. Secondly, implementing machineries are in place. One another very important aspect that I would want to emphasize is the definition of work. When we talk about definition of work, the work that women puts in at home does not come into any definition of work. She may put hours into cooking. It's not work. How does that 3, 4 meals in a day come to your table? Who goes and buys grocery? Who teaches your children? Who takes care of the old people? Just now, one good sign. Just last month, Supreme Court has recognized women's household work, and where Justice Ramaiah, Justice Surya Kant, Justice Abdul Nazir have given a judgment in January itself, that where the compensation has been increased from 11.20 lakhs to 33.20 lakhs. So there is a positive sign. There are some people who are turning sensitive, but that number has to grow, right? So there is lot of scope in this area where you can really contribute meaningfully for your own family, for your parents, for your sisters, for your society, and the whole society will become much more beautiful place to live in. Thanks.